So we will be releasing our gloves pretty soon. Our EOZ gloves, EOZ immersive gloves,
Hmm.
and which has been under development for almost 2.5 years.
Welcome to Metaverse Degen. I'm Lion.
And my name is Ben. Wow, so cool.
And we are joined by our
Hi.
fantastic guest.
Hello, I'm Jason from EOZ VR. Hello, everybody.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on, by
Yay.
the way. Thank you for your time.
Say, Ryan,
And
you sound
we
a little funny today.
Yeah, I'm a little under the weather. I caught whatever is going around. So if I sound like an e-boy, that's why.
Stay safe, everybody. Don't get sick.
Oh, but so
oh boy.
thank you for your time. It's an absolute pleasure to have you on and be able to meet you. I've heard a lot about you, especially from people like 2TD when you had them on. So thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's an absolute pleasure to be invited by both of you. Thank you so much for having me. And first of all, Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
So I guess we can jump into the meat and potatoes of the conversation. What are you known for? What got you started? How'd you get into VRChat?
Right. So I think that I got into VR chat in the pandemic time. So it was probably around 2020, 2021, one-ish, right? And then was messing around and then found this thing called VR chat in Steam.
Mm.
And I thought, hey, let's try it, right? And then I found it to be very fun. It's very, it brings a during the pandemic, I think everybody went through the same thing, right? Isolation at home, the lack of social connection. I think that VR chat really brought something extremely valuable to the table, right? And people will be able to make connections not only locally but globally, And it's like, oh, that my friend is in Poland and I'm in Singapore, and then there's another friend from China, and then there's another friend from US, and yeah, so it became a very global village thingy, which great in the middle of the pandemic, right? And yeah, so I'm pretty happy. Yeah.
Oh, so I take it you're known for EOZ. What got EOZ started from your journey? Was EOZ before your journey into VRChat or after?
Actually, EOZ was slightly after I. It was after I joined VRChat. So again, it was due to the pandemic, right? So during the pandemic, I lost my job. Yeah, I got retrenched. I think a lot of people had the same problem, right? I was retrenched and then got out. Was not in a full time job, and then um, a friend, Luke Dino from Green Bay, USA, said, "Hey, let's do something about it was actually so we made this tracker, right? This tracker. So the reason why we made this tracker, very interesting story, was this tracker before the pandemic was supposed to be a B2B project. It was for a B2B customer, and the B2B customer backed out of the project when the pandemic started because they didn't have enough funds, and yeah, and we decided, well, this we could give HTC a run for their money. We could bring some competition by having a tracker that's bring options to the table for general public. And a few of the friends that I made in VR chat then say, hey, that's such a great idea, it would be good to have options. And they said if we could get it done, that'd be nice. And yeah, so I went ahead and did this with Luke, and we did a Kickstarter in the later part of 2020 and launched the Kickstarter in the early part of 2021. And I remember that it was March 29th, March 30th of 2021. So yeah, 5 years ago. And we had a little bit of success when we launched the Kickstarter, and we made a full body tracking tracker, full body tracker that is lighthouse based for folks in Vrchat and beyond. And I'm very glad that till today, a lot of my friends, they are still using the trackers, and I think that a lot of people use the trackers as well. Then later on, EOZ became a web shop by itself, right? And we started to make straps like this, right? The straps like this. The first feet strap was a pretty big success, and and from then on, it just snowballed, and and we just kept on doing the same thing over and over. Yeah, that was about it, and that was the story behind the founding.
Wow, that's actually pretty cool. So when you had
I
the
want to ask you a question.
ask,
I'm sorry.
Nope.
The question is, what does EOZ stand for? Ooh.
Oh, it is actually very I would say it's very half and halfish. We wanted to do a name called EZVR, Easy and VR, to represent that, hey, with our straps, you can put on the trackers and get into full body tracking within seconds and easily, right? So unfortunately, CVR was registered, and we couldn't have the registration for EZVR, so it became EOZVR, and coincidentally, this is the cute part. EOZ is actually the anagram for Zoe, ZOE, which is my co-founder. So she is ZOE,
that's cute.
and we have EOC. Yeah. So
Ew.
that's just a coincidence, but we really wanted to have easy VR, right? So it's VR shouldn't be difficult. It should be easy. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
I find it really cute. Oh.
it is a really cute.
So if you turn around, behind you, there's this EOZ logo on the board, right? You can see behind, right? And the green smiley is supposed to be Zoe's smile when she's smiling, because EOZ just ZOE and EOZ just happen to be her name. But initially,
So cute.
from here you can see, initially we really wanted easy VR, right? So a little bit of a interesting tidbit.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you.
thank
I
you.
didn't mean to cut you off from your question.
It's okay. That's actually pretty cool. Thank you for sharing that, by the way.
Sure, thanks. I mean, and we, so, if you notice in the logo, right? In the logo, the same logo, inside the O, that feature inside the O is there, right? It's actually supposed to be a clip, and that clip actually represents the clips we have on our straps. With the clips that we have and the claps that we have installed on our straps. So yeah, that explains the logo, I hope.
That's so cute.
Oh. So as you're mentioning before, when you guys started the Tundra Tracker, what were you expecting going into building and the release of it afterwards? How was it received when it got out?
Right. So I'll be a bit. This is a little. I mean, I'll be direct and tell you that we never expected that we would have a Kickstarter that was successful.
I mean, all good things start that way anyway. Yeah.
We were when we launched, we thought that, hey, if we could sell 200 to 300 trackers, that will be pretty good. That will be great. And that will be fulfilling our hopes and expectations. And we thought that as long as we bring this to life, right, we would have actually fulfilled some promises to some friends in Vrchat, and it will be great. That's all I wanted. I had never expected the community to be so supportive of us, and until today, I'm still very, very grateful that the community was so overwhelming that in our Kickstarter, my expectation of 300 was actually beaten by 40 times, 400 times.
Wow.
We actually ended up with 12,000 trackers for the Kickstarter, and from then on, yeah, it just people talked about it, and everybody. I think that we were very, very popular, and probably still is very popular in Vrchat right now, together with our straps. So yeah, we are so glad, and I'm really, I mean, if any of our users are out there, I would really want to say it's been 5 years. Thank you everybody for supporting us, and it's really been an honor to be loved and be accepted by part of this wonderful community. Yeah, it's amazing. Really, really thankful.
Wow. Cool. So you so it sounds like you started the EOZ in this whole journey just as you found yourself in a VR.
Yes, that's right. So again, a few things came together at the same time. The pandemic, the customers who didn't want to do take this forward anymore, and we also had this love and support from the community, and as well as the Vrchat developers as well. So a lot of them especially gave us a lot of encouragement in the early days, because our journey from a prototype finished product to shipping the products wouldn't be possible without all the pieces, right? The community, the developers, our people. It really means a lot, and even until now, it still means it is a very big part of my life, and that's why when you come to it, right, you can see our posters over there, right? We have this we supported stuff like shelter, a community event. We also constantly make straps like collaboration straps, like we have the Vrchat straps, and we also have the virality straps, and yeah, and we also hold a lot of community events within this EOZ hub, and as well, we are constantly funding smaller events within Vrchat. We do fund a lot of smaller events and smaller creators in Vrchat. That has always been our mottos, and personally as the founder, I would always love to, channel our profits back into either the products or the events that are happening within Vrchat. And I'm very glad to say that the next event that we are working on, right, will be the Gear Fest, which is coming soon. I think.
Wow.
Yeah. Gear Fest
Oh, Gear
2026.
Fest.
That's
Oh,
coming. Yeah. That's very cool. I've been aware of the event ever since I've been in Vrchat, and we have a lot of friends and a lot of fans as well, who are, whether be them dancers, DJs, or just participants in the whole Vrchat community, in the Gearfest community. Well, variety or in the shelter community, we have a lot of friends, and we are always supporting them. And yeah, I mean, this is again, Vrchat really brought a different aspect of social to me when I was very lonely during the pandemic. Yeah, it didn't help that I couldn't leave the house, right? A lot of other people couldn't leave the house. It was really, really important. I think that having a social connection to somebody is so important. I don't need it 24/7, but I do need it from time to, and that's why, again, a big shout out to the Vrchat developers. Thank you for doing this amazing game that brings so many people together. That's so important.
Mm. Yeah, I can definitely agree. During the COVID times, a lot of people were in here. I remember seeing things explode during that time. People in here, a lot of people are in lobbies using this as a good substitute, and I agree. I'm very
Yep.
glad it was here to help during those times.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I'm sure there will be a lot of people who feel the same way as well, and I'm also very, very supportive of all the different. Again, back to the community, because it was the community that gave life to us, and so we are always thinking of ways to give back to the community, and the various communities that we have worked with, like shelter, like plurality that I mentioned, like Trans Academy as well. Those fabulous folks at Trans Academy. We think that I definitely think is doing a great job of inclusivity and representing minorities in real life. That's so important. And the other that's the community support is one aspect that as a founder I always do. The other aspect is to actually make products and make them as economical as possible for the Vrchat community. And I think that, so coming to that, here's a little plug. I hope you don't mind.
No, plug away.
A
Be
little
my
plug.
guest.
Yeah. So we will be releasing our gloves pretty soon. Our EOZ gloves, EOZ immersive gloves, and which has been under development for almost 2.5 years. And yeah, 2.5 years. So a very big shout out to Ruben. Ruben Marcus, you're the best. So Ruben is our lead developer in this EOZ immersive glove. So the story behind this, I think, is also I hope will inspire more creators, right? Ruben was actually a small creator. He was working by himself to make gloves. He was part of the, of course, Vrchat community, and he approached us and asked us if we are able to fund him a little bit to make immersive glove from a prototype all the way to a product. And since that 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, we have been supporting Ruben from that time till now. And this is a way that, again, how EOZ, takes our money that's generated from sales of items and put it back in the community. And this is one of the important things right now, important products that's ongoing within the EOZ offices now. We are getting to the mass production of this. We are very, very close. I think that, yeah, by February we should. It's been delayed by 2 months, unfortunately. It was supposedly December to do a pre-order, but we have pushed it out to February due to trying to make things as final as possible before we do a pre-order, so that we know we can definitely deliver. And our gloves will be sold to people within the community for less than $250 for a pair. And I believe this will be pretty great value, because we do not see having profits on the gloves as a key priority. The key priority will be this gloves will be for everybody to use. Yeah, and we hope that this will spread out. We really want to just thank the community. This is our way of supporting and thanking the community in a way.
Ooh.
So that's
Oh,
upcoming.
you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so for those of you at home, he mentioned February. This episode will probably come out around that time. So check out the EOZ website that you can find in the description to get your gloves, potentially, if they're already out for sale by the time this episode is out. Yeah. Yeah, go buy the gloves. Go support the community. Do a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do have one
So
question. What are the
yeah, sure.
what are the gloves, and are they like a haptic gloves, or are they gloves to like replace controllers? What are they?
So so they are very simple. They are gloves that will actually be a direct index controller replacement.
Oh,
Yeah, so you can
Finger
do,
tracking.
finger tracking, and you can do all the hand signals, hand signs with it. And if you are a DJ, you can DJ while using the gloves because our gloves will be open tipped. If you are a pole dancer, you can use the gloves as well as the same time when you are doing pole dancing. Or if you are just hanging around, you can just use the gloves for sign language. Or yeah, you can make fun fun hand signs using the glove. I'll leave it up to you what hand signs it is, but yeah.
that's really cool.
so so halfway to that will be, just now is like yeah, we supported Ruben, which is a creator. Yeah, uh from all the money that we got, and we put it back into this. And yeah, it's been 2 years, 2.5 years, but finally we are releasing. And yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so happy because when when I feel that when we are able to contribute back to the community, I think that's so important, right? I do not want money to flow out of the community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever we do, whatever we make, we invested back in VR, and especially invested back in the VR chat. And I mean, for the viewers, right? I would encourage, if anybody has a great idea on a product, or great idea on an app, or great idea on something, please feel free to approach us. And any one of us, whether is it Setlitz, Bradley, myself, or my co-founder Zoe, please feel free to reach out to any of us. We are always available either on Discord, or find us on the socials, right? Especially X. And yeah, and talk to us. Who knows, if we find that we have a very good chemistry, we'll definitely think seriously about funding something that you are doing. Yeah. So this is something that I hope will inspire some people. Yeah.
Ooh, it must be really exciting seeing this project you mentioned, the gloves, come to its fruition here soon. It's like a not too far away.
Yes, definitely. I mean, it's been a long, hard road. The way that we make a product is never, oh, today we have an idea, 2 months later we have a prototype, 5 months later we can ship. No, it's never that way. It's always like, okay, we have a prototype. We think this may work. Then we found out this doesn't work. We try another solution. Doesn't work as well. Eventually, time add up. Oh boy! And but again, a testament to a big testament to Ruben. Worked with us for 2.5 years. He never gave up, and we never lost our faith in Ruben to do it. And that's why, yeah, we are finally nearing a product, and we are finally nearing something that can bring it to the general public. And again, this is a lot of effort over the past 2.5 years. Yeah.
Woo! I'm very excited to see your thing, and congratulations. Now, we've
Thank
talked a lot
you.
about your most recent project or product that you're currently releasing. Do you have any fond memories or struggles or anything notable about the first ever product you released under EOZ?
Yes, definitely. Yes. You mean a nightmare? Yeah, a lot. Oh
It
boy.
always starts that way, but it's okay.
You know, uh, so again, back to the pandemic, right? Back to the pandemic, everybody was locked at home, right? Everybody was locked at home. And again, back to what I said earlier, we were never expecting that the Kickstarter to be so successful. Like 12,000 trackers to deliver. We were like, it was suddenly dawned on us, oh shit, we have never done this before. We need help. And because we were locked at home, right, we couldn't travel. And we needed to find a factory to do this, right? We needed to find suppliers that can give us parts. We needed to find, packaging. We needed to find, companies who can help us do the packaging. And there was so much effort and coordination. And, a big part goes over here. A big part of the effort came from Zoe, my co-founder, and another very big part of the effort also came from Luke, the actual designer of the first tracker, right? The first 100 tracker. Without the fond memories, I'll talk about fond memories first. The fond memories for me will be, in my time zone, waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. and having a call with Luke in US, right? Green Bay, Wisconsin. And, after that, immediately having a 4-5 hours meeting. And then it was 8-9 a.m. And then I had a meeting with Zoe to, hey, here's what I talked to Luke about. And this is what we need to implement at a factory. And Zoe then in the morning or in the afternoon of the Asia timing went over to the factory in China, which is in Dongguan, because she was the only one that was available. And such a big amount of effort came from Zoe that a little bit on Zoe's background. She has never been a technical person. She has always been an accountant. And she turned from an accountant to a production manager to become a technical manager, teaching the factory how to assemble trackers. It was really amazing. So very fond memory, very fond memory. And talk about the nightmares. There were a lot. So one of the biggest nightmares during the pandemic was, I think most people will remember, we had a shortage of semiconductors during the pandemic. It caused a lot of supply chain issues, and this may be boring for some, but for us it was a nightmare because within our tracker, we use a 2.4G wireless receiver. That same wireless receiver was being used by Apple to make their small little track. What is it called? The Apple.
Oh, the little tracking pucks you could put on things and it'll track the location.
It's called an AirTag.
Yeah.
My brain activated. My brain cells, my neurons went AirTag.
Right. The AirTags. Yeah. So you see, it was such a big nightmare that I don't even want to remember. So we used the same 2.4G receivers that Apple were making using the AirTags. And us being a small startup, small company, we will never get priorities from the suppliers. So we always have to go and bag, and every time we bag, they were like, okay, here's 200. But we need 12,000. Okay, here's another 100, 300. But we need 12,000. So, oh boy. That was the most begging I've ever done in my life.
Oh.
And yeah, and I don't blame the suppliers because Apple being a big company, if you do not supply to Apple, they will cut you off from their supply chain, right? So
Mm.
it is always understandable that Apple will get priority, but it became a very big situation for us because we have 12,000 trackers to be moved to users, and the users, we were very, very worried and very, we wanted to take care of our users, right? And we wanted to make sure people were happy. And that's why that gave me a lot of nightmares, a lot of nightmares. And to the point where it was so, things got so ridiculous to one point where we actually had to tell the supplier, hey, you can charge us more money and we will give you more money, but just give us like 2,000 more. And in the end, the supplier said, okay, the usual price of this 2.4G receiver was, I think, $1.50 US, right? In the end, they charged us like $15 US for one. So we paid 10 times above. But still, we did it. And I'm glad that we don't face those kinds of problem now because there's no more shortage of parts. But yeah, that was one of the nightmares.
It shows.
And 5 years through, you pulled through. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What did you want to say?
So good.
Sorry.
I was going to say it shows a testament to you guys and your work ethic and determination, especially since during COVID, a lot of companies shut down. So the fact that you're still here at the other end of that and you're still here is a huge kudos to you guys.
Hello, friend. I hope you're enjoying the current video. We'd actually like to inform you that we do some other shows and content as well. We have a whole bunch of interviews from the Metaverse Degen podcast, which you can find over in the main YouTube channel or on Spotify. We also do a D&D actual play called Hold My L, which you can find on the same Metaverse Degen network channel as well as Spotify under Hold My L. If you're interested in either of those things, we create other shows and plan on making more in the future. If you want to check out our social media to find out when those new shows or other stuff we're doing is, feel free to go to metaversedegen.card.co. We have all of those links for you to watch. And we also have a Patreon over there as well, where we have been posting the pre-show content for Hold My L. So whenever like conversation or talk about things, maybe lore or whatever's going on, we post that over there as well. As well as we every once in a while pull stuff back from the vault from episodes long gone that are no longer on the channel. We'll post them every once in a while over there. Like for example, we have the old one where the first ever episode we pulled the Raptor on. But we'd like to give a huge shout out and thank you to those who have supported us over at Patreon, such as Extra Tricks, Rosen, Aliquum, Future Oracle, and Forbidden Zero. Thank you all so much. You're amazing, and enjoy the rest of your video.
Right. So if you don't mind, I would like to comment something about Kickstarter and the risk of Kickstarter. Right. So during COVID, there were a lot of other Kickstarter projects beside the trackers and our straps. Right. I do not know if you guys remember some company called Deca Gear.
I think it sounds familiar.
So, yeah, they promised a headset that was out of this world and that was impossible to deliver at that price. And unfortunately, a lot of people fell for it. A lot of people fell for it. They closed down the Kickstarter and never refunded the money. And also, there was also another one. I think it was. Let me see, what was the name of that company? I'm trying to remember. It's called Apara, I think. ARPARA, Apara. So they were also, they promised they managed to deliver something, but a lot of the promises were broken. And unfortunately, also another one was Snowfield. Snowfield promised a wireless attachment to index that was way below expectations. So there's always an element of risk in Kickstarter. I am very glad that actually managed. So again, a big shout out to Luke and Zoe, who actually worked very, very hard to make sure that whatever we delivered was never never under expectations. It was always on expectation. on point. Although, yes, during the Kickstarter part time, we actually were delayed by 6 months. There were some people unhappy because of the 6 months delay, but again, that delay, looking back now, that delay was a lot of the thing was due to, like sharing the same component as Apple using the 2.4G receiver for AirTags. Another one that was very famous, of course, is we also use the same components that are used in Valve Index, this controllers that we have, right? And we also share the same semiconductors that are used in HTC Vive Tracker 3, right? Share the same using the same and these companies usually have bigger sourcing pipelines than us, so they will always get priority. Yeah. What I'm trying to convey a message is please, if you are supporting a Kickstarter, be a little bit more patient, because sometimes you never know what is happening behind this. And of course, if something is too good to be true on Kickstarter, it will be too good to be true. And yeah, usually that's.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. So, this is my final question. I promise. I keep cutting Lion off. I'm so sorry. But yeah, this is my final question for you. So, I learned about EOZ during the VR charity event, which I'm pretty sure you're very aware. It was the one for the trans community, where they were, raising money for the trans community. It was like what, 50,000, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So I heard about you guys during the VR charity event, and so for those people at home that have never heard of EOZ before, you have a set of trackers in front of you in VR right now, laid out nicely on the table. Just for the sake of the viewers at home who may or may not have ever heard of your company, would it be okay for you to showcase what you have in front of you on the table? I know you don't have the gloves here, but you do have the tracker set, and it'll be good to tell the people at home, oh, what is this? What does this do? And then I promise I'll give you guys back to Lion.
Sure. So let me arrange some stuff here, right? Right, this big thing here. Right. So, right. Right. So, can you still see me?
Yes.
Right. It's okay. You don't have to really see me. I'll explain what it is. So, at EOZ, right, we actually manufacture trackers. This one, right? These are trackers that are CVR and lighthouse based. So basically, if you have heard of the base station, right? Using lasers, lighthouse tracking. These are trackers that will work with base stations, and you can buy them off our website, and they are going at about 130, 100 and each, depending on how many you buy. And so typically, if you want to be able to move your legs and track your body within Vrchat right now, right, you will need to get 3 of this, right? 3 of this. And these 3 trackers will go onto EOZ straps like this, right? Or EOZ straps like this. And so on my right hand now, having this one moving about, is the waist strap. So one of the trackers will be mounted onto this waist strap here, and you wear it on your waist like a belt, right? And you will track your body, right? Your body. And then you have 2 other trackers that will be mounted onto the feet, and you can wear it using the EOZ heat straps. So quick plug again, I think we have the best feet straps on the market. Yeah, we have the best
It's really
straps,
comfy.
period, on the market. Yeah. Once you have 2 trackers on your feet with 1 tracker on your waist, you will be able to have the very basic 6-point tracking. How do we achieve 6-point tracking? It is 1 point is on your head, right? Which is the HMD that you're wearing. one each on the controller, right, which you have on your hands, and 2 on your feet, 1 on your waist. This is how we get 6-point basic full body tracking. And with this basic full body tracking within Vrchat, you will be able to jump, kick somebody, dance, move your feet, sit down, lie down, everything within Vrchat. So this is what we do. So a typical setup like this will require you to have 1 or 2 base stations, other than this that we sell. But yeah, that's about it for the very basic full body tracking.
Oh, so as you're mentioning supply chains and stuff earlier, did you Zoe or Luke have any experience with any of this stuff prior, or was it like a learn as you go?
Wow. No, like I said, we were expecting 300 trackers. We were expecting only to sell 300 initially. We were like, yeah, once we can do 300, we'll be very happy. Yep. So, no, we did not have any experience, and we really picked things up along the way. The experience was gained by through a lot of hurt and pain. And one of our I remember another nightmare that we had, and that was actually uh, there was this incident. I think in the other time with about Samsung. I think Samsung phones burning up because of batteries. Yeah, we were very afraid of batteries blowing up, and
Oh,
we had an overheating issue with a battery with our batteries in initial batch. That cost us a lot of time and money to resolve, and it wasn't expected. And because a lot of our people will be using uh, trackers during summer as well, right? Or in places where there's perpetually summer. Yeah, there was a very big risk of overheating, and there was a very big risk of things burning up. But I'm glad to say, after the initial prototype testing that we had, we got rid of that problem, and no more big issues after that. But yeah, that was a nightmare. Oh boy,
oh.
that was a very big nightmare.
May I ask, with some of with that, how did you solve your way out of that mask?
Uh, we tested that the first batch of batteries that were delivered to us was actually I remember 1,500 to 1,000 batteries. And then we have already made them into trackers like 200 or 300 trackers. And we realized that, hey, the tracker kept turning on itself. That's weird. It was in summer, the tracker turned on itself. Later on, we found that it was a temperature issue. And the outside weather, right, was so hot that it turned on the tracker, and the tracker turned on by itself and started heating up. Yeah, and later on we found the problem, but part of it was due to the battery, part of it was due to another faulty component. Swapped 200 out. Yeah, but we had to throw away the 1,000 batteries, and it was pretty big nightmare.
That it was. So, with
Yeah,
with the track straps as well as the gloves you're telling us earlier, how long do the batteries last?
so the straps right now that we have are not battery powered. So our straps are just straps that are really very comfortable and goes with trackers. Yeah. So
Sorry about
the trackers by itself, yeah. The trackers by itself last about 8 hours to 9 hours, and our gloves together with the trackers will last about 6 hours, 7 hours,
Oh wow.
somewhere around. So should be pretty decent. And one big thing about the gloves, a big bonus, we are trying to right now develop the gloves such that it can be a hot swappable on the gloves for the tracker. So as long if the battery dies on one of the trackers, you can just swap it out, bring in a new tracker for continuing use.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Thank you.
Cool.
And everybody have to thank Ruben later because he never gave up on the gloves. Yeah.
Cool. We'll be sure to put Ruben's socials in the description for you to find and go learn about him.
Right, right. Definitely, definitely.
Cool.
And I'm very glad that from then, from the time Kickstarter till now, community like has really embraced us, and and people have started to recognize us, and I'm just very grateful, very thankful, and very honored by all the love shown by the community.
Hmm. So another question I have is, what are some of your favorite collaborations you and EOZ have done with the community?
Right. I think that one of our favorite collaborations has to be Shelter. Shelter was done, I think, years ago. It was such a great event that they hosted, that and it really showed the vibrancy. It really showed the love that the community have, where everybody just turned up for the event, real life event in San Diego. It was sold out, and it was really, really. Uh, it was one of the first. I think it was the first in real life event, IRL event within Vrchat that we supported, and it it really gives me a lot of. It touched me a lot. I had so much feelings when I saw so many people were having, fun, having social connections, at the IRL event. So people are not only, having social connections in VR chat. We actually brought it to, in a real life event, and that is so right. We saw, we met so many VR chatters there that it's pretty amazing. So that has to be one of the main big collaborations that I have very fond memory. Another one that I am so the other two that I'm very having very fond memories is, of course, with Trans Academy. They actually, have so much, bring so much to the table for the trans community. I think that's amazing. I was there at the launch of the collaboration about a year and a half ago. I still remember it very well today. So shout out to Trans Academy. Please keep on doing what you're doing. And lastly, I think my favorite this year, last year so far, has been Virality, where the community is just amazing.
Mm.
Community, not only the community leaders, the community members, everybody within there is just so creative. I've never seen so much creativity within a community in my ever. And the way that, people, the furries that made their costumes, that customized their costumes, that actually put so much effort, big respect to them, and big respect to the people like uh run the variety community. It's such a big effort. They really do it out of love and out of their volunteering. So yeah, I mean, amazing. And when I saw the amount that they raised during last variety, which was a record, it deserves to be a record, and I very big respect for that.
Oh. So a question I like asking a lot of people, especially after some reflection as we've done, since buying the headset a long time ago and hopping in VRChat, did you expect the journey you found yourself on?
No, honestly, no. uh, at the end of the day, I even now I feel that I'm just part of the community as well. I'm just a Vrchat, normal Vrchat player, who just happened to be buying Vrchat Plus. So, um, from putting on the first HMD till now, no, I do not expect to where I'm here today, and I'm very grateful for again, very grateful for the community for putting us where we are here today. And we will continue to do our best for the community, for Vrchat as a whole.
Mm. Cool. So, on terms of another question that she asked you earlier, but a little changed a bit as well. Do you have it? What are some fond memories with the team, with Luke and Zoe and the rest of the people that work with EOZ? Do you have any of those?
Yeah, I think that our um so Luke is in Green Bay, Wisconsin, US. Zoe was in Beijing, China. I was in Singapore, um, the small island, and then we had another team member from Japan, which was Miu, from Tokyo, Japan. So our first ever meeting in real life was actually in CES in 2022.
Oh wow.
That was still in the midst of the pandemic, actually. And we all flew over to Las Vegas, CES, and that was the first time that the four of us met each other. And yeah, it was really, really, really amazing that, you know, it shows the power of Vrchat and the power of remote working, because we were all in different countries just doing our own thing, and yet somehow, you know, things moved, and later on we the first time we met in CES in Las Vegas in 2002 January, it was quite a blast, quite amazing.
I can
Yeah,
imagine.
and yes, until today we are all now all very good friends from the 5 years that we've been working together now. Very good. And but when it comes to our the four of us, the first memory together was actually holding the first Vrchat community meetup.
Oh,
The four of us, we met. We did have a meeting within Vrchat. Yeah, instead of Zoom meeting, we use Vrchat for the meeting.
oh, what was the first meeting like, and how did it go down?
Oh, it was great. It was great. We held our first meeting inside a world that is no longer used right now. It was actually the 100 Tracker world, and our first meeting was there. That was just before we launched Kickstarter, and I think we were discussing about all the problems we were facing on production. So yeah, so we initially the first meeting we only discussed how do we make 300 trackers. We didn't know that our second meeting we'll be talking about how do we make 12,000 trackers. It was like it was like help. Right.
Oh, so a question I have for you, being a production, someone who runs production and uses VR, is so VR is a really good tool for various things, as you said, connect to the community or running a company. Would you mind telling us about that? How you use VR for those kinds of things?
Right, right. I think that as a tool, uh, I would say this: Zoom is only is highly overrated. Zoom meetings are highly overrated. I feel. Uh, Nothing beats having a meeting or having to talk to people in a setting like this. And right now we are having a podcast. We're having a talking to Astrid Iron. I can see you. I can see your body. I can see your face. right? And I can move nearer to you, or I can go behind you, and that is very very expressive, and that's something that you never get out of Zoom, right?
Hmm.
And having such a having such a connection, having such a feeling, really almost like we are working in the same office, same building office. And you know, when we utilized VR for work like this, it becomes very collaborative. It's like, hey, I have I can immediately bring out a tracker like this and say, hey, I have an idea. Maybe, for the base here, we can have a screw here, and we can change the screw position from the middle to the bottom, and we can do it immediately and instinctively like that, right? We can point out things. We can collaborate and say, hey, maybe this design here, is there some deficiency? And I could explain it immediately. It becomes very hands-on, it becomes very real life. And I think you cannot replace this easily using Zoom. And during the pandemic where we were not able to travel, VR brought us together. The distance shortened from thousands of miles to a few meters away. And that is amazing. That is really amazing. And being able to hear, not only hear the voice, but to see an avatar, that contributes more to the experience. It is so much that right now I either prefer to have a meeting using a call or using Vrchat. I don't have any much more video meetings nowadays. Yeah, and in fact, I think another example that I would like to give was that it will be this. We also utilize VRChat and VR so much that for our feet straps, right? For our feet straps, uh, when we went from version 1 to the second version 2, which is now what you see, we actually made the global launch of the feet straps within VRChat. We actually held
wow.
an event, yeah, which was hosted by Fear 2 or 3 years back. And yeah, it was actually the global launch, the first ever, we showed off to the public. Yeah, it was in VRChat. Well, we did not do the launch anywhere else. And till today, right? Till today, we have. I'm very proud to say that we did not pay for any ads on Google at all for almost 3 years, because we have focused exclusively on. I think one very important thing that I mentioned, we do not want money to flow out of the VR ecosystem.
Hmm.
So yeah, we kept the money in the VR ecosystem. Instead, if there's a launch, we will have an event, we'll create an event and hire people within the VR chat community for the launch, or we will advertise through, some events within VR chat and not out of it.
Ooh. Well, I will say I've seen EOZ in a lot of places all over VRChat, especially from the people we've talked to. Like, for example, 2TT, we'd hit him on and heard about
Yes.
ShelterCon. So thank you for working with the community the way you do. I will say it means a lot seeing people like yourself work with the community in the fashion that you do. So please keep on existing and doing what you do best.
Right. It's our pleasure to be working. It's really my pleasure, my honor, and it's the whole company's behind this as well. So we will always be here, and we'll always look to fund events, VR chat whenever possible. And we will always also, like I said, be open to ideas, products that people are making, and who wants to have a launch. As long as it makes sense, yeah, we will definitely support it.
Okay. Cool. So I'm going to ask you the last few questions, if you don't mind. First of which,
Sure.
what kinds of things can the audience look forward to coming out of EOZ in this year in 2026?
So this year is our 5th year anniversary of EOZ,
Oh,
and we are we've
congrats!
come. Thank you. so on so on March 30th, it will be the 5th year anniversary of EOZ. And this year, one of the main things, as I mentioned, will be our gloves. So hopefully we will be already pre-ordering our gloves in February or March and shipping them. That will be one big thing from EOZ. We will also be so we are also EOZ is also on the lookout for very good world creators and very good avatar creators. It's our 5th anniversary, so we will be looking to do something for a 5th anniversary world, a 5th anniversary avatar. So this avatar has been with us for almost 5 years. It's time for a refresh, a change. So anybody got good ideas, please come forward. um, we also will be looking, most importantly, to launch a 5th year anniversary of our straps. 5th
Ooh.
year anniversary straps. Yeah. And we might, we are going to revolutionize a lot of design within our straps.
Hmm.
Hopefully, it means an even better strap that you'll ever see. The most comfortable things that you can wear for a full body tracking during VR. And we will expand beyond lighthouse trackers. We bought all different types of trackers, the 5th year anniversary. And those are on the way. Yep.
Well, congratulations on reaching 5 years. That's quite the accomplishment.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh,
I never expected to be here, right? We were only thinking about making 300 straps and 300 trackers. That was about it.
oh, and the name you use in VRChat, where'd it come from? Why to use it? And is there anything about it that means anything to you?
Oh, my name.
Oh,
So, yeah, my name. It is actually from this Japanese anime called Slam Dunk. And
oh,
yeah, it's actually name of the uh 3-point shooter in Shohoku Team Shohoku in Slam Dunk, and yeah, that's why I I, I love the Slam Dunk anime. So I grew up watching it, so a lot of influence on me.
that's a really cool way to have gotten a name. And the avatar you're in, where'd you get it and why do you use it? Is there any special features about it that mean anything to you?
So this avatar was really the first one that was customized for EOZ, especially on the hat, the cap that you see. So there's nothing really special about this avatar other than I feel that it looks very nice. I love the appearance of this, and a big thanks that went out to this avatar creator. We loved using this avatar, and yeah, we just kept on using all the way. So something that served us for 5 years, and that's why I thought, oh, it's time for a change. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for explaining that. I always enjoy learning why people decide to represent themselves the way they do. It was one of the questions I had. Why do people pick names? Why do people pick the avatar? So thank you for sharing yours.
Thank you.
Cool.
So I mean, uh, I think that drawing from my own experience, I would like to say this in closing. So drawing from our own experience doing a product, a Kickstarter, which eventually led to a product, which eventually led us to forming a company within the pandemic. I would like to tell people that nothing is impossible, and just keep working at it, right? Please try to be as humble as you can, and please try to have as be as open-minded as you can, and please do not be afraid of criticism. At EOZ, I always tell my teammates that please don't be afraid of criticism. If somebody criticizes you, it's because they care. So if you're a creator, if you're a avatar, if you draw maps, draw worlds, and if somebody criticizes you, please do not take it negatively. Take it positively that somebody cared enough to criticize. Because the worst thing that could happen to any company, any product, or anybody is when you don't matter anymore. So I always keep in mind that is always number one in my head. And I think that it's always easy to listen to good comments or to listen to when people are praising you. But it's always the most difficult to stuff that you ever want to listen to that are the most important. And with this, I would say that if you are able to accept, take the shit, listen to the criticisms, and come out of it being better, I think that's what will grow. That's what will turn you and help you grow, make you bigger. And I think in the end, that will be maturity, and that will also mean your company or whatever you will get better at whatever you're doing. And I think that's so important. And don't give up. Just like, if there's some setback, don't just give up at the first obstacle. Try to work on it, try to get over it. And sooner or later, there will be a solution. Yeah.
Oh,
That's about it.
that is some fantastic advice. Thank you for sharing that.
No problems. Thank you for having. Thank you both for having me. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure, really.
The honor's all ours. It's been an absolute pleasure to be able to meet you and see the face behind the name we heard and seen all around Vrchat. So thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. And again, maybe last thing before I go off,
Of
please,
course.
if you're a creator, you have an idea, please give a shout out to us, right? Discord or wherever you need to, in our socials if you reach us, and we'll always be happy to talk, right?
We'll be sure to have those in an easy place for them to find. But for people who want to hear it, where can they go to find you if they wish to find you or EOZ?
I think that if one of the easiest place to find me will be through X. My X account is Jason Leong TW, right? So please have a link there so that people can get me. Or if you feel that I did not respond, please go to the official EOZVR X account or EOZVR Discord. It will always be. Yep.
Well, for you, the audience, we'll be sure if you look down below in the video description, we'll have those links for you to find. If you go on Spotify, it'll be the same place, but in the episode description. So you have to go on a little bit of adventure to find it, but it'll be there for you to find in an easy place. And with that being said, thank you for joining us today. See you in the Metaverse.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
I wonder if we can ride the train and go inside the fucking over there. That'd be cool.
That would be cool. How big
It
that wall is.
goes
though.
in there and goes around. Why? And it goes around.
Oh, it does. Holy shit.
Fuck yeah, it goes fucking around. I don't know where it goes. Like I said, I just got here. I don't know where everything is.
Huh.
I have to check this place out.
Definitely. We're going to have to.
There's another one. There's another one I got to show you that it's
Oh?
called the, yeah, hold on. Another one is called the Cozy Woods. That one's cool.
Oh, okay. We're definitely going to check that out too. There's a bunch we're going to have to check out.
Yeah, there's some new ones in.